Hey, this is Dr. Andy with AG Thrive, and I'm here to help you grow the life, love, family, and success that you want, and giving you awesome tools that help you to get unstuck, or giving you just strategies that are going to be really impactful in your life, in relationships. And today I want to cover how to resolve conflict in a healthy manner to really pursue win-win outcomes. I work with a lot of families. I'm in a family, and what I often see where families tend to get stuck, or even in the business world, in any relationship, friendships, right, is that someone has a point they want to get across, or something that they're trying, a need that needs to be expressed or met, or something like that, and they feel entitled to that. Not necessarily in a bad way, right? But I feel like I need you to take out the trash, or I feel like I need more attention or time, or something like that. A pretty reasonable thing and a healthy thing to ask for. But the other person receives that in some way on, kind of as an attack or a defense, or they start to express, their need. Well, I need you to stop, being on my, back all the time, right? I need you to give me some grace. And so instead of hearing this person, it becomes two people kind of, or two teams or whatever, kind of battling it out, trying to express, and neither one's really hearing each other. And so I think the model I'm trying to give you is a way to actually hear, your partner, your friend, your family in a way where you guys find a beautiful compromise, or you just resolve things so that conflict doesn't just continue perpetually in a really unhealthy model and create, really awful things like hostility and resentment that tend to tear apart relationships. So this is my assertive communication model. I'll never forget one of my original mentors. He had told me that if he could only accomplish one thing with clients, if somehow they, kind of limited him and said you can only focus on one thing with clients, that it would be teaching assertive communication. And, here I was in grad school at that point thinking, but here's all these amazing things I'm learning, like really, you wouldn't teach all these other things. And I get now why he chose that. People that are able to communicate assertively tend to be more confident. They tend to get more promotions. They tend to have healthier relationships. Their relationships tend to not end or tend to last longer. So there's just like an incredible amount of benefits in learning how to communicate assertively. All right, so I got my whiteboard here as I'm going to try and create an illustration here that I think will be helpful. So we've got assertive communication up here up top. It's just the topic. And right here, it says my needs, right? Over here it says your needs. So whether that be, whoever that refers to. We've got win-lose outcome. I mean, this probably should say lose-win outcome, but win-lose outcome. And then right here in the middle, which you're gonna see how this all comes together in a second, but the win-win outcome, which is the best possible outcome and what we're gonna try and really aim for and give you a model to achieve. So this, my needs, which I'm gonna put a circle around, is more of an aggressive model. So this is aggressive communication, right? Focus on my needs. I'm really focused on what I need, what I'm not getting, those things, and I'm not so much concerned with how that might impact you or your needs in the situation, right? So really focused on getting a win for myself, and it really is an issue of a win-lose kind of dynamic. Not the healthiest, right? Over here, we've got your needs. That's a big circle. And this is more of a passive communication style over here, right? So does not like conflict, tends to go more towards an avoidance style. And as long as, I feel like you're not mad at me, that kind of feels like a victory, but it's an awful long-term strategy, right? So it's more of, I want the other person to win, even if I'm willing to take a loss on that and not express my needs or have my feelings, kind of validated or whatever. Again, not a very healthy or optimal kind of communication dynamic or strategy, right? There is another set, I don't even know where this, goes on this kind of Venn diagram I'm trying to create here. There's like passive aggressive, which is like probably the unhealthiest model of all. I think we can all appreciate passive aggressive definitely comes off. Someone's giving you a compliment, but why do I feel like they just stabbed me, in the back with that compliment? Sarcasm, a lot of things, and that's really unhealthy because it's just aggressiveness cloaked in, kind of this passive way, and it doesn't address anything. That's probably actually a lose-lose model. So, but I just realized I didn't even capture the win-win there. It's been a while since I've done a Venn diagram. It's been a long time. I'm actually surprised I even remembered what it was called. So we fixed it here, an oddly shaped Venn diagram. So, but we have here the win-win outcome, and this is where we have our assertive communication. So assertive communication really is like you're in touch with what you feel. You're expressing things usually in I statements. I feel, frustrated when you're not listening to me, and what I need is for you to hear me and respond, and give me a response in that, right? But the assertive communication is not just all about what I need, what I feel. It's very much respecting that, the kind of an empathy, compassion of recognizing you have your own needs, and it's pursuing a win-win outcome. It really is. If the other person's expressing that they need more attention, and even though you might feel like, hey, I'm doing my best to, really give you my, whatever time I have available, you're pursuing like, what is this person really trying to say? What is the feeling behind what it is they're trying to communicate to me? People get so bogged down sometimes into like the details of trying to prove their point that I see it all the time in my office. I see it in my own life. As a quick, little illustration. Just earlier today, my wife and I are trying to get some family pictures done, right? Should be this beautiful, glorious kind of moment. But I had a certain idea in my mind of like how I wanted these pictures to go. I wanted to capture kind of like a unique picture. I know we're going to do something probably down by the beach. That's it's where we love to get pictures. But I kind of wanted to capture something unique or different than some of the pictures we've done before. My wife had a different idea of what she kind of was seeing, and she's got a lot on her plate right now. Would never even want to get into a contest of who does more. My wife wins hand down. She's an amazing woman, and I love her very much. But my initial response was to kind of really, assert what it was that I want. And when I was able to take a step back for a moment and kind of really listen to my wife and hear some of, the stress she's already under and what she needs from me, I was able to kind of just be like, all right, even though I would like to get these unique pictures, I think there's a way for us to both win. And so we're able to find a location that I think is going to be awesome for both of us. For sake of transparency, it was where my wife suggested in the first place, right? But once I heard her and I understood the reasoning behind it and what she was really trying to say to me, I totally agree. It's a great spot, right? And I do believe it was a win-win outcome. So, but those conversations don't necessarily always go that way. But I think that's a little example of, trying to both express what it is I feel and what I want, while also being aware of what it is that, my partner wants, and trying to find that win-win outcome. So this is, hopefully a helpful model to be able to see. Passive communication it does give you a temporary victory, right, of being able to avoid dealing with conflict or dealing with whatever it is that's uncomfortable. But long term, you never have any growth. It never takes you, outside of this model. So it's a bad long-term strategy. Aggressive is a great way to burn people out, right? It's a great way to develop resentments or to cause resentments in other people. And assertive communication is a much healthier way where you really are willing to both express your thoughts, your feelings, which takes some self-awareness and some kind of being pretty healthy in doing that, while also really appreciating, respecting, and valuing, the other person's point of view, whether that be your kid, it be your wife, it be your business partner, it be, someone on your team that you're leading or a leader you're dealing with. I promise you, though, that dealing with issues and having a model on how to deal with them in a healthy way is a game changer, right? Being able to address, resolve, get closure, and hopefully even create a compromise that moves the needle forward in your key relationships is something that it really is and will enhance your life and the lives of the relationships that matter most to you. So there you go, assertive communication and a Venn diagram, oddly shaped, here, and a model on how to resolve conflict in what I believe is a really healthy way. So this is Dr. Andy with AG Thrive. And as always, I really appreciate you. I hope that this video and this content had some real value to you. If you like what you saw here, please visit us at the website, which of course you can just click on the link below, or ag-thrive.com. Please subscribe to these videos if you like what's going. We're always looking to create new content. If you have ideas or suggestions, we'd love to hear that. We have a newsletter that's going out too that has different content, but related. So, we'd love to have some interaction with you. And if we can in any way be a resource for you and helping you to really thrive by design, of course, we'd love to do that. So, Dr. Andy, wishing you all the best and hoping that you're thriving in the areas that matter most.